Test. Okay.
Big mountain trouble. I can't.
So the biggest thing I find when you're on a road trip like this is how you pack and organize yourself. So what I do is overkill because I have the space in my truck, but I have a bag for sort of clothing, base layer stuff, pants, shoes, socks, all that. Then I have a bag for outerwear, my jacket, snowboard pants, everything like that. What that does is any wet gear stays in one bag and other stuff is in there. It's easy to go through. When it's dark out, you know what bag to go through. So let's see what we have in here. Okay, first thing for skiing is I use compression socks. These are the Descent ones. They are amazing. First time using them, absolutely love them. Next up is I wear long johns of different kinds, typically Arc'teryx 3/4 ones. And this little device, these are Arc'teryx kind of flannel shorts. They're amazing. They go on over your long johns and under your ski pants. They're fantastic. They're 3/4. This is the best thing I've discovered. After that, I use a Solomon base layer. I don't know what model it is, but it's fairly warm and it wicks away moisture, which is good because I tend to run hot. And if I'm really cold, I'll use an Arc'teryx merino wool zip neck. These things are fantastic. I use them for hiking, skiing, snowboarding, everything like that. Now, the thing I found with packing, which I learned from the Army, is compartmentalize everything. And these little stuff sacks are fantastic. One will hold Monday's gear, Tuesday's gear. And again, I don't really have to struggle when I'm looking for stuff to unpack. Little compartment here, all my electronic devices. Yeah, it's a very organized kind of bag. So that's bag one, and that's with base layer and, normal stuff you'd wear out to the pub and that while you're on your road trip. Next up is outerwear. So I'm obviously an Arc'teryx guy, and this jacket is the best I've ever used. The Sidewinder. It is perfect. I can't say anything bad about it. I also use Arc'teryx pants. These are the Stingray. These are bib pants. They're excellent for touring. They're quite light, but when you wear those Arc'teryx shorts and the right long johns, they're fantastic. I like these because of the big pockets on the front, none on the side, and little pockets up there for change, chapstick, all that stuff. Bib pants don't work for everyone, but I also snowboard, so I find they're really good for that. Over top my zip neck and long john shirt, I wear a light puffy. This is a really light North Face one. Yeah, it works really well. I'm not too warm, and it's easily packable. There's the jacket. Again, I have my own bag for outdoor gear. It's my goggle box, another puffy in there, and compartment on the end keeps all the gloves and stuff. If it's really cold and windy, I use a neck buff, really light. If it's really cold, underneath my helmet, I wear this ugly, super light buff toque. It's the kind of thing you'd use for cross-country skiing, and it fits nicely under your helmet if it's really cold. I keep a light buff toque in my pack, which I'll get to in a sec. I like the buff. One of the best things I've seen in a long time is this. Huskies. No, this is a goggle sock. It goes over your goggles, like when you're sitting somewhere and you don't store your goggles and you don't want your lenses scratched. I don't know much about this company, but this is one of the best ideas I've seen in a long time. There's like $5. Here are my gloves. These are Black Diamond gloves. So typically when I'm skiing, I wear gloves. When I snowboard, I wear mitts. Don't ask me why. Helmet. Well, I'm the kind of guy who should be wearing a helmet every time he leaves the house. This one is a Smith Vantage. I like it because of the air vents. It's super adjustable, really comfortable, quite warm. Maybe a little too warm for me. Like I said, I run really hot. But this helmet is amazing, pricey, but worth every penny. And when it comes to goggles, again, Smith, these are the Ions. These ones are a bit old, but I just happen to have a bunch of interchangeable lenses for them. Really simple, yeah, comfortable, fit my giant fat face. When I'm at a resort, I'll use this BCA Stash 20. This is when I don't want to spend money in a ski resort's cafeteria. This way I can put peanut butter and jam sandwiches in there, extra toques, gloves, everything like that, especially if I don't know the area. I don't know how cold it's going to be. This thing is great. It's also good for some slack country trips. It's not a big bag. It's nice and bright. Barely notice it when I'm riding. Last couple of things I have in that bag. This Goal Zero battery pack. This plugs into my phone. It's excellent. It's also a light, which you can't see right now, but this thing's amazing and has, I don't know, 10,000 hours. Snowboard tool, mine's broken, so I keep it in a little plastic bag. Just got some screwdrivers and stuff in that. And of course, hot hands, hand warmers, because I'm a delicate flower. When I'm also at a resort, like I was today, and I couldn't find any water, I pack my own thermos. This is a Yeti one. It'll take coffee and keep it warm for about 6 hours, and cold water for, I don't know, 100,000 hours. So that's kind of the base gear, base gear. That's kind of the ski snowboard gear in there. And then in the other bag, like I said before, was my normal clothes. When it comes to boots, I'm on a snowboard trip. I use these. They're Solomon's Platinum or something. Super comfortable and good. But, the Solomon Malamute. But this little thing here never keeps my laces tied, and it drives me crazy. So anyone's got an idea on how to fix that, maybe a power strap or something, I'm open. For ski boots, boots are such a personal thing. I don't know what boots these are. Again, Solomon, super comfortable. They work for me. I always play with the footbeds and everything, but these work really, really well. I think these are the Pro Energizer 120. I have old school boot bags from the 80s for my snowboard boots and for my ski boots, because it's all about being able to grab the gear from the truck and put it on. So there we go, that stuff. Now we'll move on to the back of the truck and sleeping. Okay, now we move to sleeping gear. So a must-have for sleeping in the back of the truck, especially when it's like minus 10 to 15, which it has been the last couple of nights, is these puffy slippers with thick rubber Cordura bottoms. They're great. These are indispensable. Just small, thin glove liners, because when you're sleeping, your hands get cold. I personally swear by this Fjallraven fur hat. Love the look of that thing. But while I'm sleeping, I use my trusty old Roslyn Beer Company toque. I usually sleep in long johns, like light base layer. But getting out in the morning, I want something really warm. These North Face Summit Series fleece pants, pretty over the top, but they work really well. I use an Arc'teryx base layer. It's got like a little ninja hood to it. It's super light. That's what I use when I sleep. Let's see, what else have I got here? This is an inflatable light box. You blow it up, leave it in the sun. It's got a solar power thing on it, and it lights up the whole back of the truck for hours. Got a whole bag of batteries, headlamps, that kind of stuff. This is an ingenious device. This is the Eliminator. What this does is just a power box. Plug it into the wall, it charges up. It's almost dead. But you can jump your battery with it. You can charge your phones, portable DVD player, anything you want. Pretty handy. I think this one was about 150 bucks at Canadian Tire. Bathroom kit. You may be on a dirtbag trip, but don't look too much like a dirtbag, because that makes it harder to sneak into fancy hotels to use their bathrooms. Everything is in one little bag. I also tend to go to aquatic centers for a shower and a swim. All this lives in a stuff sack, and that stuff sack lives in a waterproof bag. And again, I'm all about compartmentalizing my parking. The last addition to this is the warmest puffy you can buy. This thing, when you wake up in the morning and you get out your nice warm toasty sleeping bag, you want something warm. This is an oversized, super heavy Patagonia thing. It's like rated to minus 25, 30, or I don't know. But it's perfect for when you wake up in the mornings. So in the back of the truck, we have 2 sleeping bags, both rated to about minus 20, plus an insert. These are fantastic. It just goes inside the bag. It's a mummy bag, lays in the back of the truck. I actually have 2 of them. This one is huge, Echo Lake minus 20. That one goes as my base. I then put the lighter one inside it. It's probably overkill, but there's nothing like sleeping in the back of a truck at minus 25 and being cold. What I did here was a simple wooden frame and a double mattress, which I bought at Walmart with a couple of pillows, and it works out perfectly. Underneath this thing, I have 2 Tupperware containers filled with enough camping gear to last me about 2 weeks. Stove, everything you can think of. This is just the necessities, if you know what I'm talking about. And yeah, that's how we camp in the truck, or at least how I do. Best thing about a day of snowboarding in the sun? Parking lot beers. Hit like and subscribe, Sean at Planet Fiction Studios, if you have any questions, or hey, if you're looking for a writer.